The WWE Draft kicked off on Friday night on Smackdown. It wraps up tomorrow night on Raw. No NXT involvement. Even Triple H, up until a few days before, would say, guys, honestly, I have no idea. Even he claims he had no clue whether or not NXT was going to be involved. And at least up to this point, they are not involved. Not a whole lot in the way of surprises on night one, outside of the fact that they have broken up the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who returned on SmackDown this week, they are back. They immediately won back the SmackDown Tag Team titles from Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Xavier Woods, who has been out of action for 1 full year. It was a year ago in Australia. He suffered the ruptured or torn Achilles. So 1 year out, he's back. And Kofi Kingston, who's been out since Extreme Rules in July, nursing a back injury, or at least a back injury in storyline, they walk right back in and they take back the tag team titles for the 9th time. It's their 7th SmackDown tag team title reign, 9 tag team titles overall for the New Day. They only need 1 or 2 more, I think, to catch up with Harlem Heat. All right, we're in Harlem Heat like 10 or 11 time WCW tag team champions. But there you go. The New Day, 9-time tag team champions, the Charlotte Flair of the tag team division. Now, for whatever reason, Raw drafted Kofi and Xavier, but not Big E, who has been a star on the rise on Friday nights ever since this summer. So we are supposed to believe that Raw wanted Kofi and Xavier, but not Big E. Which, unless they come up with some kind of explanation for that this week on TV, is dumb beyond words. Not only that, we saw the entire Hurt Business, all 4 members of the Hurt Business, get drafted by Raw. So what was stopping Raw from drafting all 3 of these guys? Nothing. I mean, at least have Big E get drafted first. That would have made some sense, but he went after. None of this makes any sense, but I like the move. No, you know what? I love the move. I endorse it. I endorse splitting Big E away from Woods and Kofi. And it really hit me after Big E's Falls Count Anywhere match with Sheamus, which was great. I really enjoyed that match. They actually made use of the stipulation. It was brutal. They beat the hell out of each other. It felt like 2 guys that have had this, beef going now for a couple of months, blowing it off in the best possible way. So I really enjoyed that match. Big E took a lot of punishment. He was all cut up from yet another bump onto a car windshield. How many does that make in the last 3 months? Including the parking lot fight on Dynamite. I'm telling you people, if you're looking for a pandemic-proof industry to join, look for work as a windshield manufacturer. They are doing big business with these wrestling companies over these last 3 months. But after the match, after the match was over, Big E, he was ambushed in the back by Kayla Braxton for an interview. He's standing there. He looks in pain. He looks exhausted. This is not the happy, jovial Big E. He looks like he has been through a war. And she wants to interview him. That's when Kofi and Woods showed up. They revealed that, hey, we're back. And Big E, he was happy to see them. But they're doing all their usual New Day catchphrases. And Big E, he played along, but it just felt so, in that moment, it felt so out of place. Here he had just wrapped up this serious fight. He's bleeding. And now he's spitting out New Day catchphrases. Big E is on his way to single stardom, potentially. He is on his way to single stardom. He does not need Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods by his side at every waking moment. He doesn't need them. He's proven that over the last couple of months. And I'll even call it now. I see Big E as the men's Royal Rumble winner in 2021. This is a man who is on the ascent. He has been racking up wins. He has been building momentum. The people like him. I think most people, they genuinely want to see him succeed. As a single star, I'm one of those people. A Royal Rumble win would send him to that next level. At least temporarily. It sent Shinsuke Nakamura to another level until it didn't, right? Nakamura doesn't feel special at all now. Remember, he won the Royal Rumble a few years ago. And he did get his championship match, he just never could close the deal. But winning the Rumble, it could send you to that next level. What happens at that point is largely up to the booking. But, this could be a career-defining moment for him if he were to go to the Rumble and win. And he can represent the New Day on the blue brand and let Kofi and Woods rep the group on Monday Night Raw. People have asked me over the years, how would you book the New Day breakup? Would you book the New Day breakup? And I've always said, no. I would not break up the New Day by having one guy turn on the other. Not every group, not every faction, not every tag team has to turn on the other. What is it about professional wrestling where everybody sees the need to turn on each other? I know it's a cutthroat business, but my God, not everybody has to turn on their brothers or their sisters. I said, at some point you will want to take a Big E, let's say, and let them branch out into the singles ranks. But they could still be friends. You could just be like, all right, guys, I'm going to go off and do my own thing now. It doesn't have to be, oh, well, Big E deserted us. Fuck him. Let's attack him. So I've never really been behind the idea of breaking up the New Day in terms of, one of them has to go heel and turn on the other. You could do that. I've never really been a fan of that. And that's not what this is. This is just them going their separate ways for the time being. And again, representing Monday night and representing Friday night. That's really what this is. And look, when the time is right, you can always build to the big reunion. There's always the chance to do the big reunion. Unless they have Big E turn on Kofi and Woods on Friday in their farewell match. That I do not endorse. Let me just go on the record and say that. That I do not endorse. But look, why not? Why not take the shot with Big E? If it doesn't work out, then Big E is right back to where he was before. There's no harm in doing it. There's no harm in trying. I see people freaking out. I can't believe WWE broke up the New Day. Typical WWE. Now, WWE does have a tendency to break up, and they did it in this draft too. They've broken up a whole bunch of tag teams. They do this every fucking year. It's just bizarre to me. But it really should come as no surprise if you look at the state of their tag team division right now on Raw and SmackDown. It is in the shitter. This tag team division is dead. There is no reason to have two sets of tag team titles. WWE does not prioritize tag team wrestling. They have a lot of tag team matches on TV, but that doesn't mean they're prioritizing the tag team division. They are not. It is at a low point right now. But I don't look at this as some kind of big egregious move on WWE's part. I got to disagree with all those people freaking out about the New Day breakup. I think it's a good thing. I like the move. Outside of the fact that it doesn't make any sense why Raw wouldn't want to take Big E. I don't know how they're going to explain their way out of that one, but this is WWE, right? They probably don't look at it as we have to explain anything. I don't think they look at it that way. Case in point, Big E on Talking Smack. They had Talking Smack the next morning, and the New Day is on, and they're very dejected, obviously, about being, split up, and they're trying to make the best of a bad situation. They're trying to look at the bright side of it. Sami Zayn was there. He was the guest co-host with Kayla Braxton, and he brought up the fact, what's going to happen now? You're going to have the SmackDown Tag Team Champions going to Monday Night Raw. And Big E is just sitting there, and he just deadpans Sami and goes, how long have you worked for this company? And you're trying to make logic out of this situation? Because Big E doesn't care. I'm watching that thinking, all right, well, let's start the countdown to the next cancellation for Talking Smack. But I thought that was a very good question, actually. Kind of a rhetorical statement on Big E's part. Big E sounds like he's heard a sound off or two in his day when he makes comments like that. But that is the question, though, right? What happens with the SmackDown Tag Team titles? You've just drafted your new SmackDown Tag Champions over to Monday Night Raw. And as much as I would love to see them merge the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles, which I have advocated for a long time, as you know, what is going to probably happen is they're not going to merge the titles. They're going to draft the Street Profits to SmackDown tomorrow night. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are in the pool of talent that is eligible to be drafted tomorrow night. Ford's wife, Bianca Belair, she was already drafted to SmackDown. And the whole husband and wife and breaking up couples thing, they used to do stuff like that all the time. They don't really do as much of that anymore. I think they try to keep the couples together. I don't know what's going to be with Naomi and Jimmy Uso. Naomi is now on Raw. Jimmy is still, I guess, technically on Smackdown. Although he's not back on TV full time yet. And right now, it's not even that much of an issue because all of the TV is being done out of Orlando. I mean, it's not like one crew is going to this part of the country and the other crew is going to this other part. But WWE does have plans in place to begin touring as early as next month. So they're not going to just be in Florida for that much longer. At some point in the not too distant future, their goal is to start traveling to other states and other places. But for the time being, it's less of an issue because they're all flying in and out of Orlando. They're all in one place. They're all at the Thunderdome. So right now, it's not as big of a deal. But I think they're just going to swap the two teams, and they're either going to have them swap their belts, or they're going to create new belts for them to hold. WWE had new SmackDown tag team belts made before WrestleMania 35 last year. That still have not been used. That is according to the belt man himself, Belt Fan Dan. They've been sitting unused probably in a warehouse in Connecticut. Maybe they'll finally get around to unveiling those new tag team belts. And if they do, they'll have to make new ones for Raw as well.